We continue following that developing story out of Northeast Kansas City where a warehouse continues to smolder.
Happened in the Northeast Industrial District earlier this afternoon, shortly afternoon, in fact. The smoke seen for miles. In fact, some you can see still in the air. Let's begin our coverage with Fox 4's Jonathan Ketz live from the warehouse as fire crews, John, are still on scene there.
They are still on scene, John, but a lot less of them are here even in the last hours. You see a Kansas City fire truck who's actually just leaving this scene right now. Pioneer Pallets is where we are. We were able to confirm that's where this fire happened. The flames not visible from where we are. Despite this, it was a large blaze this afternoon. Take a look at this drone video above the warehouse. Firefighters came here just after noon Thursday to Nicholson Avenue in Monroe with reports of one giant flame coming from a yard.
When I say that, I mean the flames are shooting up as high as 100 feet in the air. Our crews are doing everything they can right now to be able to make sure that all the commercial properties and the residential properties, because we're mixing this neighborhood, that is safe.
Public Information Officer Jason Spreitzer says the residents should not be concerned as crews have protected that side. The building where the fire happened, a pallet yard, had to be evacuated, and so did a nearby business. 3 firefighters had to be taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation.
We have a couple firefighters with minor burns because of the heat. When I was walking and I was 500 feet away from it, I could feel the intensity of the heat, like an intense sunburn on my face.
It has been a very tough day for firefighters, but what about for homeowners who live near this warehouse? For more on that, we go to Fox 4's Jacob Kittelstad, joining us live with that part of our story. Jake?
Well, John, you know, I've been talking to people around here, and they say that it's almost taken on a circus-like atmosphere out here. The spectacle of the smoke, the flames, and the emergency vehicles crowding into the neighborhoods that are adjacent to where all this is happening. It wasn't until midday that most neighbors noticed something was in the air.
Well, I was out for a walk, and as I headed down Nicholson, I started smelling some smoke. I started looking around. I saw the big column of smoke coming up behind the big trees.
And action on the street.
It's pretty busy around here with all the emergency equipment and stuff. But
was greeted by curious people following the smoke.
Actually saw this over on I-35 in Overland Park, so it's a big one.
We've been driving, trying to find it, went all the way down to Harris, try to see where it was coming from. It's a big fire. Because we thought it was a lot closer. We thought it was in Riverside or something because it was so huge. And so we drove all the way down to Riverside and just kept going.
Outside the main firefighting perimeter, businesses and neighborhoods were not made to evacuate. Even the odor didn't make people turn away.
There's been no electrical smell, no plastic smell with it. It's definitely mostly all wood.
That's why it's not stinky. We were wondering like if it was a tire burn, but it doesn't smell like rubber out here. So that makes a lot more sense.
And neighbors aren't making guesses on how long firefighters will have to stay working.
Hard to say, man. They just got to put their effort in it, you know. That's what they're here to do. For being as warm as it is, as dry as we are, and full of pallets, they've done a pretty damn good job of keeping it knocked down.
So look over there, you can still see the smoke rising from that area where the firefighters continue their work, but as Jonathan Ketz told us, yeah, a lot of those crews are pulling back just now, and neighbors, you know, they reminded us that at least once in the past they did have to evacuate because of a fire in this area, John, one caused by a chemical element. This one, of course, different from that. We're just dealing with wooden pallets at this point.
Thankfully. Jacob Kittelstad, Jonathan Ketz with our live team coverage tonight. Thanks, guys.